Welcome back. Now to the dangerous game of chicken being played on one of Australia's busiest highways. Thousands of Ibis birds, or bin chickens, as many of us know them, have set up camp along a motorway. And drivers fear it's an accident waiting to happen.
So you're just sitting on the guardrails?
Yep. More.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Why did the bin chicken cross the road?
Maybe to get to the other side of the road.
You imagine a big bird flying down in front of your window.
They got the name of the bin chicken and dump chook.
Look at that. There's one there we nearly hit.
It will take one accident and then something will have to happen for sure.
It's the black and white bird native to Australia that's flown into the spotlight.
And I'm on the bandwagon for making the Ibis the mascot for the Brisbane Olympics.
But lately, the bin chicken, as it's more commonly known, has some motorists in a flap.
They're sort of a bit of a pain on the motorway.
This is one of our busiest roads, connecting Brisbane to the Gold Coast and south to New South Wales. The M1 Pacific motorway carries more than 150,000 vehicles per day. It's also become the unlikely nesting ground for a colony of ibis.
There's like hundreds of them.
On fences, in trees and on the ground, right near Queensland's famous drive-through at the Yatla Pie Shop.
And have you had a chance to smell them at all?
Yes, because I go to Yatla Pies and you can probably smell them from there sometimes. They smell horrible, yeah.
But worse than that is when they fly or walk in front of oncoming traffic. This ibis narrowly missing being hit by a car before reaching the median strip.
Sometimes I've seen trucks come past and hit them.
They found themselves flushed out of their nesting area and they're not able to fly proficiently enough to get across the road or away in flight.
Phil Shaw is the Managing Director of environmental consultancy EcoShore. He's helped manage the Gold Coast ibis population for 26 years.
Part of the problem is when a truck is tearing down the highway, it creates this big wind vortex from behind. And if a bird gets caught up in that, it can actually get flung out of its flight, thrown to the ground and injure itself or even worse.
And they just took off and nearly ran smack into the windscreen.
This windscreen shows how problematic the situation has become, but Phil Shaw sees another side to the ibis.
Ibis are unreal. They're a really great species to work with. I know they've got a bad rap.
It turns out these birds are much smarter than we give them credit for, purposely nesting in places that are hard to get to for humans, and experts say it's too late to move them, with many of their eggs already hatching.
It's going to be really important that at the end of this breeding season, the authorities stay in front of the breeding season that comes next year, because that's how to make sure that this problem doesn't reoccur next year.
We've got around 700 metres of concrete barrier that we've installed in both the southbound and northbound direction along the motorway at this location.
Department of Transport and Main Roads South Coast Regional Director Andrew Wheeler.
And on top of this barrier, we'll be installing fencing up to a height of around 3.5 metres.
Whether the fence works or not is yet to be seen, and until breeding season ends, these birds will continue to call the side of the highway home.
And we'll also be looking at doing some selective vegetation removal.
I think the key thing that we need to do as humans is to dry up the food source that allows these populations to build into such big numbers.
I suppose God put them on earth for a reason and God only knows what that is, but